Trump's new policies are fueling a wave of phone calls to the people who represent you in Washington.
We are hearing complaints from viewers who are having trouble getting through to members of Congress. One person wrote us saying, quote, "I've been trying for the past several days to contact my senators and representative." Another person says some offices do not reply to emails, have phones that are frequently busy, and voicemail boxes are full. So KXAN investigator Kevin Schwaller began looking into these issues.
Paige Hardin is trying to reach Texas Senators John Cornyn and Ted Cruz, as well as her congressman. The seemingly never-ending rings are adding up to frustration.
They're literally not answering the phone.
Hardin is an associate professor at the University of Texas and working with an advocacy group, but she can't get her messages through.
These are not just representatives of the people who voted for them. They're the representatives for all of their constituents.
So we checked for ourselves, and we were able to get someone on the line for every congressman that we tried contacting. However, we got voicemail boxes that said they were full for both of the senators representing Texas when we called their D.C. offices.
I'm sure that the mailboxes were full, and in some instances, some of the switchboards were maybe shut down with folks as well.
Hans Klingler spoke with us from Washington, D.C. He has worked with a number of lawmakers and is the former chief of staff to Congressman Michael McCaul of Austin. Klingler says once your call comes into a congressional office, staff enter it into a computer system. He says Congressman McCaul would read through summaries of the calls at the end of each day.
They are there to represent your viewers first and foremost, and so if they don't listen, they don't last.
Klingler's advice for callers who are not getting through is to keep trying. Hardin says she's ready to stop trying and start hearing someone pick up. Kevin Schwaller, KXAN, investigates.
Klingler also recommends trying to contact your congressman first. They represent fewer people compared to a senator who represents an entire state. Senator Cornyn's offices responded today saying staff can receive several thousand calls and contacts every day, and someone does review each one. Senator Cruz's office tells us the senator or his staff receive a report and a log of constituent communications every day.
Here's an idea of what it would look like if you try to contact your congressman through email. Typically, you'll use an online form like this one. It will also ask for your zip code to verify you are reaching out to the correct member of Congress. Some forms will also ask you to choose from a list of topics with varying opinions and options, and then you can type out your message.
We also wanted to know if you should expect to hear back from a lawmaker. A survey published by the Congressional Management Foundation found nearly 2/3 of people who contacted a congressional office remember getting a response. It also found about half of people were satisfied with the responses they received. And for those who were not satisfied, the most common reason was their response did not address concerns or was too politically biased.